Clash Royale, man, I got to ask from afar, how do you see the Clash Royale community? Moreover, like, obviously there's a lot of frustration and a lot of creators, even myself included. This is why I stepped away from covering Clash Royales, because it's like so much negativity that you're put in this position of like, am I going to be negative all the time in my content as well? I know you have thoughts on that because I've heard you mention it before. I don't know, like, you want to just extrapolate a little bit on like being a creator in a negative community and in Clash Royale in general.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't really play Royale, not really engage in the community, so I can't, speak as if
Sure.
I, know in depth or anything. So
yeah.
I totally understand their frustration. I think, again, from an outside perspective looking in, I think some of the decisions have been like less than ideal. I would, if that was Clash of Clans making some decisions, I would certainly be giving feedback to Supercell. And I do, by the way, I give feedback all of the time to the Clash team. I just think a lot of the time there's a time and a place to give feedback, and it's rare that I give feedback via a public video. Sometimes I've done that, not, but I think for the most part, it's more productive to just talk to Supercell behind the scenes and actually talk to them. Like, okay, this is my feeling. Why were those decisions made? Because you don't always understand, just like I was saying earlier with the 11th Clashversary stuff, right? Like, I don't understand what it is they're doing, why the decisions are. So just having those discussions, it's important to give, that feedback. And I think your video with Molt, I was just saying earlier that he was talking into this, like, you should give that feedback to the team because you're doing a disservice to the game almost if you're not. So, but a lot of the time I felt like it's been more productive to achieve the end goal of actually making a change by talking to them, one-to-one. So it's very tricky to comment on a community I'm not in, but also I understand the frustration. I think a lot of content creators, and this is not a Royale specific thing. I think on YouTube and in the media, it's not always the best thing that negativity sells. And I always try and have that positive side of things on my content, because that's why I got into content, right? I want to bring joy in the world. I want to inspire people. I'm not going to do that by just constantly, being negative about a game that I play for fun. So it's kind of like a YouTube-wide thing that you always, let's say a certain product, like this camera. I'm going to buy a new camera. I type that in, and the first video that'll pop up is like 5 reasons not to buy this camera. And I'm like, wow. So it's a little bit unfortunate, I would say, that, creators get stuck in this cycle of like, it's working, and they constantly just driving negativity for the clicks. Because I think sometimes you do have to look back and think about what is that actually bringing. In my opinion, I don't think you would foster a community long-term by just being negative all of the time. I guess I would just encourage people to think about their messaging, like overall that they're bringing. And it's fine to share frustration and put that out with the, with the community. But once you're doing that for clicks and there's no, actual purpose or goal behind it, I don't think it's going to help you long term.